What is up, guys? HD here. Welcome back to Minecraft, where today we are going to be starting a new building project. I'm really looking forward to building this one because it's going to be in a completely different style than our stables here, because we built this in the last episode and I'm very happy with how it turned out. I'm very happy with how it turned out. We have so much good stuff here. It's just awesome. We do need a couple more animals. I'm going to be working on that, but I think as a starting place, it's pretty damn good. How are you, Jimmy? Good. I'm glad. Philip, Pork Chop, and I forgot your name. No, you're Pork Chop. Who are you? Who are you? Wait, I gotta test this out. Who are you? You have no name. Pork Chop, Philip, what you been up to? Okay, right. We'll leave them to it. So today, I want to build a place to put my crops. Now, you might be able to see that I've gone around and put some signs in the vicinity, and I've done this because I wanted to brainstorm a couple of ideas that I had. So, well, there's just going to be my greenhouse stuff. There's nothing super exciting here. Now, this area here, I wasn't thinking of building any buildings like this. I was actually going to terraform this area to add more depth and give it some foliage. I think that'll look kind of nice. Maybe I could add some trees on there, and I don't know. I feel like that could be quite a cool idea. Now, over here, we've discussed before, I wanted a bridge, so it's going to be like a wooden bridge, maybe just going over the gap. We got tunnels that will lead in here eventually, and things will be all good. Small bridge, wood, stone, that's all about the inner ones and so on. Like, there's a lot of just brainstorming going on. Now, here I've got some aesthetic sculptures, because obviously we're going to be putting the bridge there, so a lot of the surrounding area can just be utilized for other things. Now, this here is actually going to connect to where I'm building the greenhouses, because I want to build a windmill filled with, you know, like wheat and everything, so it'll all connect into one, like, sweep of land, which I think will look quite nice. Again, it's a project, but you might also notice that I've expanded the land like quite a lot. I'm still in the process of doing it. It's taking a while, hence why it's been a little while since the last episode, but well, this is going to be all this level. It won't all be flat eventually, but it's going to go all the way down to there, and then around here, I've been terraforming a bit more. That's a lot of squid and a lot of fish. Okay, so around here you can see I've done a bit of terraforming. I've also gone ahead and done like an overhanging bit. I'm not really sure if I like this. I kind of do, but I kind of don't at the same time. I'm not really sure what it is. I do like the mixture of stone blocks in there, and yes, there is a gap because I'm going to make a secret entrance to somewhere in here. I don't really know what yet, but I dug all this out. Everything's going great. Everything's going great, and I'm trying to utilize a lot of the space that's underneath this hill, because a lot of it's hollow, and we discussed this I think a few episodes ago. So yeah, a lot of it's hollow, but I want to sort that out. Now over here we're gonna have a sort of post office, I believe I said this one. Yeah, so I'll be using like chests and minecarts, because obviously we're not just gonna live here. We're gonna have multiple areas. Like, we could have one that goes all the way to the pyramid and so on. So maybe if I make a post office, I can literally post my items without having to go to and from, which would be quite nice. Now here I'm thinking like a bridge booth, like a little wooden shack almost. I'm not really too sure. Again, it's just going to have to be however it ends up. Now, obviously, a lot of this is going to become land for us to use, so I'm thinking an art gallery. And I'm going to build sculptures in there, all sorts of weird, like, you know, aesthetic things. I think that will just be for pure decoration, but I think it'll be a nice challenge, trying to push my creative outlet a little bit. Now here, we're going to have a maintenance shed, nothing super special. I think here I said a park? Yeah, garden park with nature, yay, with recreation, playground, yay! See, my brainstorming's good. Now, this is going to be land as well, and all this area I'm trying to make down into grass, because as you can see, I have been busy, but it has been a little while since the last one, so I've got to dig all this out, replace it with dirt/grass, and get it all grown out, and hopefully everything will be okay. But it's not all going to be flat. It's not just going to be flat land. It is going to be terraformed and look a lot nicer. But here we have a train station. I'm not really sure if I want that there, but maybe I could use it to travel to somewhere else. I'm not really too sure. I do want a way to get up here without it being the water. I'm thinking of building like a curved stairway, maybe? I'm not really too sure. I think it might take away from the fact that it's a floating island if I do that. So that I'm still in speculation of. But last one is this. I want to add a wall around this edge here. Now, obviously, before I do that, I need to make it so there's another way for me to get up here. Because currently, I literally just walk out the house and climb on up. So if I build like a proper walkway, maybe things can be a bit better in that regard. I'm not really too sure, but I'm thinking using smooth stone slabs along the edge, or smooth stone blocks for that matter, and then doing an outer wall of this, because I feel like that will look quite nice. It looked very modern, which is the idea, but I feel like I'm going to do that. Now, I didn't use silk touch, but I got plenty of glass. Now, the reason I had glass in my inventory, I told you I've been busy, is because I've been expanding a little bit in my house. So, oh, it looks like I timed that perfectly. I think the sun's setting. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, if we head in here, nothing's different. No? Right, let's head on up here. There we go. We got an entirely new room. With, well, I don't know if I like this design or if I like this design, because both look quite nice. And I mean, you can't see the glass through the water anyway, currently. That might change in the future, but I don't know. I kind of like seeing the water through it. I'm not too sure. Let me know what you think down in the comments, because that would be really useful to know. Now, this is going to connect to a cave system, which I've started building. So this is going to all be changed, but essentially, this was going to be a pathway that I was going to lead outside, but I thought having two entrances and an outside tunnel was a bit weird, so I'm going to change it so it curves up into this house, and then rather than go up and then across the land that I was originally going to do, I might go under and try and head to that pit. Now, the reason I want to go to the pit is because then I can use staircases and like bridges to get to where I need to go. So this might become the new way to get up to the top where our stables are, but I'm not sure if it's going to stay that way. I really don't have a clue, but that's pretty much all I've been up to. I did notice as well that a couple of the things in the water were wrong, because I did, like, this was wrong, but now it's right. So these oak logs were on this edge, and I'm not really sure why I did it that way, so I've replaced it now. It should be a lot better. It's just something I didn't notice before, but now that we noticed, everything's good. I'm going to wrap up this intro by sleeping, and then we're going to start getting some of the resources we need to start our project. Okay, so to make a start on this, I'm thinking long rectangular like buildings with a curved glass roof. I'm not really sure how that will look, so yeah, it'll be like, this is like going to be a little blueprint, but we're going to have long buildings like that going all the way along here, maybe even making it go towards an angle sometimes. I'm not really too sure, but on top we're going to have like a glass like roof, but it's going to be curved, so we're going to have, you know, a proper top. It's going to go over and curve round. I hope that helps demonstrate a little bit of what I'm going to build. I know it looks a bit weird and all over the place but at the moment, but I mean, it could be a lot worse. So I suppose we should get our shulker boxes out and choose what material we want to make out of. I liked the look of the dark oak there. I think that looks quite nice. Now, do I do dark oak or do I do dark oak logs? Because that's the big difference. So let me just chuck my shulker boxes down. And yes, I got 3 on me. They've all got different stuff because I was terraforming. That one can have wooden stuff. And then, yeah, I gotta go and get some materials. Alright, so let's start by using oak log. Now, I'm thinking of bringing this, like, curving round to the entrance rather than it building this way. Otherwise, we're just gonna not have a lot of room. And I feel like that's not gonna be pretty wise. So I'm thinking maybe if we go back here, we can do, well, almost like a gap. So we'll do a 3 gap like that, and then we'll take those off because I only wanted the log sideways. And then we could literally build, I mean, this isn't really wide enough, is it? Maybe if I make it wider. Yeah, maybe if I make it wider, that way it can have crops. So if I give it a double entrance like that, leave a 2 space on that side, that should be a bit better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll expand a little bit that way. It will be quite a wide building, but we've got quite a lot of space for it, so I'm not overly worried about that. And I can always move the entrance here. I could move it a little bit further this way. Because I did terraform this bit a little bit, so I'm a bit happier with it. So, yeah, if I move the entrance to about here, then things might be a bit better for us. Yeah, because that way the building will be longer. I'm going to do that. I'm definitely going to do that. Probably going to be a bit challenging, but this is the shape that I've got for the first building. Now, not really sure how I'm going to use this. I could make the entrance here. I don't know. Alright, well, I'm liking it so far. It's just a case of deciding what to do. So I kind of like the idea of going with oak wood planks. And, I mean, I'm just having this as the entrance for now. I can't choose a design that I'm liking. But I have a feeling doing little indents like this will really add some character to the build. So I am going to be doing that. And then we can, you know, put some shrubbery out here or something. I don't know, but we have got some things in motion, which is always a good start. It's better than standing around not knowing what to do. Now, will it be too much if I do it in the middle as well? Probably. Yeah, probably, because I'm already losing a little indent. Well, I mean, I'm doing indents because that way this will be like a corner for one crop, a corner for another crops, and so on. So I feel like that will work rather nicely. I could do it along this wall as it's a longer wall. Maybe. I don't know. It'd be like a one indent. I feel like that would just be a bit pointless. It might not be, though. I don't know. I don't know. Let's locate wherever the dark forest, oak forest, thingy forest is. I could not have said forest any more times in that sentence, but hey-ho. Oh, it's right here. Oh, well, isn't that just delightful? Cool. At least I know. What the hell? Whoa. What? What happened to this mushroom? Okay. Sure thing. I guess we're just gonna have to accept that. Alright, well, let's get chopping. Just look at the god rays! I'm still gushing over this shaders. It looks so nice! Oh, it really does. Okay, I'm actually going to leave that one tree because I like how it looks. Let's get this one. I've not decided what coloured glass I want to use yet. Should I use plain, normal clear glass? Or should I go, you know, something a bit more nice? I'm not really too sure. But, as you can see, I got plenty of dark oak. Maybe not for all the buildings that I want to do, but it's enough for now. Well, this is definitely starting to look like a barn, which wasn't my intention, but I'm actually going to roll with it, because I feel like that's just a sort of natural thing. I definitely like that indent. But let's just keep going. Add a bit of depth to it by doing this. I'll probably do this on the floor layer as well. Maybe? I'm not too sure. I don't know. We got to think about some stuff, but as far as design goes so far, I am liking it. I am liking it a lot. So let's just keep going, and there we go. Hey! So now we got to get ready to start adding the roof, as well as working or deciding on what we want as an interior. Alright, well, I know for a fact I don't want to use birch as the flooring. I do want a wooden flooring mixed with a little bit of probably dirt and podzol, just to kind of give it that overgrown, you know, greenhouse feel. I think that'll work, but I need, well, first of all, I need coarse dirt, and second of all, I want to see what it looks like with acacia. I think that'll be enough for now, just to test it, but yeah, I'm curious. I am curious to find out, so we'll head back on over and have a little look-see. Now, as you can see, I've been flattening out this area. Not for any particular reason other than getting dirt, but it won't stay like that way forever. It'll look more like this eventually, but I need better places to go and get more dirt, really, before we do that. But for now, let's not worry about it. Whoa. That was weird, but okay. Sure thing. Right, let's turn that into that. And see. Is this the first time I've used acacia? Damn, okay. How would this look as a floor? Yeah, I think that would look quite nice, actually. There's quite a nice contrast of colours. Okay, yeah, I'm going to use acacia. Alright, well, it turned out I used all my podzol when we built my stables. So I need to go and get some spruce wood saplings because I don't actually have enough to grow a big spruce wood tree, which is a little bit annoying, but it's okay. We've been going to get stuff from here and there anyway. Yes, I'm liking how this looks. It'll look a lot better when it's done, but I am liking how this looks. And this is just one building. I'm going to spread them out all along here, probably all the way up into the sign. So we're probably going to squeeze another one in here. I'm thinking either an L-shaped or a U-shaped one, and then we'll have, well, another building that comes over here. I feel like once that's done, we're going to have, well, we could probably do like 2 different things in each one, and then with the windmill that we're going to build eventually, with wheat around it and everything, I think that'll look kind of nice. Now, what I'm going to do with this area a bit more, though, is add some layers, you know, so there'll be some depth and so on. Because, obviously, the stables is meant to be flat. I purposely made this flat, but if I'm adding hills here, it's only appropriate if I do it in other places as well. I am running a couple of ideas for interior through my head, but I think for now, we're just going to have to work on the outside, make sure we do a roof that I'm happy with, because I don't want it to be a flat glass roof. I want it to be almost domed, but with the shape of the building, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but challenge accepted, that's what I say. Challenge accepted indeed. So it shouldn't be too difficult. I have an idea of what I want to do there, but still need to work on the door, the entranceway and everything. I'll probably move this to somewhere, or maybe I could have like a back route. I'm not really too sure. We can work on that in the future, but for now, let's head on out and go and look for some spruce wood. Okay, I'm coming down here because it's probably the better place to do this, but I'm going to grow some big spruce trees. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because, 1, we can get more spruce logs, because I don't think I have that many, and 2, well, we can get some podzol, which is always nice. So let's just grow all this, and okay. We got 2 of them, that will probably grow soon, but, ooh, that's a big one. Holy shit! Oh my god, that looks huge! Please don't take that out of context, but hey ho. Right, so, let's make our way up here, not worry too much about saplings, we'll get all the logs, and then we'll get the podzol, and yeah, things will be great. I did it down here because I think most of my elevated mountain is hollow, so I don't really want to be dealing with that. I don't think I've got a silk touch shovel anymore, and I know that I recently got rid of all of my enchanted books because, well, oh, I've got what? Looting. Well, thanks, but no. Oh, I don't have a silk touch shovel. Right, the new tree's grown, and we are going to be collecting some podzol with a pickaxe because it's the only silk touch accessory that I've got. So for that, I do apologize, but you know what? It's fine. It's not a problem. I am going to be replacing all of the things as well, so hopefully things will be alright. We got a lot of podzol here, which is awesome. And we're going to get a lot more saplings, which is even more awesome. So let's just get all this done, replace all this, and have a good time. It looks messy, but that's intentional. I think once we get the, well, the interior done, it'll look a lot nicer. But I did want to do a mixture of wood, because if it was just wood, it would look too clean. And for a greenhouse, greenhouses are usually outside quite muddy and, you know, greenhousey. So yeah, I thought this was appropriate. I also got some grass blocks because obviously we're going to need some of those. Now, I don't know whether or not to do it in the corners like this, or if I should run it, you know, all the way along. I'm not really too sure. I don't know. It's a case of finding out, I suppose. Well, this is what I got so far. It's not much, but it's something. Obviously, this is where most of the crops are going to go, but there's a lot of unused space, and it won't stay that way, but we do need to change that. We definitely need to change that. I need to go and get some more grass blocks first, but I'm thinking there and there, and then we can put this around it, and it will act like a shelf almost. We could probably put it underneath as well, so actually, no, if I put it underneath, this probably won't grow. And yes, I know I need water. Don't worry. Don't panic. It's going to be fine. I have a plan. Alright, so we're making some decent progress. I've built a couple of plots, I guess I'm going to call them, for where I'm going to put the crops. Now, I have had an idea. I do need to make these obviously, I want the farmland to be moisturized. That's not the right word. To be wet? To be... Oh, whatever. You know what I mean. I need it to be hydrated. That's the word I was looking for. Hydrated. Yes, so rather than have the water inside because I feel like that will ruin the aesthetic, I'm going to build a couple of ponds outside in order to kind of camouflage the fact that it's taking in from that water source. I don't know, I've got a lot of work to do, but I guess we can see how it ends up looking once we've done that. Okay, so the walls and the floors are done on every single building now, so I do want to have each building have a different purpose. I mean, obviously, they're all going to be for the same thing, growing crops, but they're all going to host, I should say, not holst. They're all going to host different crops. So the first one we've got here is going to be carrots and beetroots. And then I'm thinking of the middle one to be potatoes and maybe wheat. I'm not really too sure. Now, my idea or my thinking was for mushrooms and pumpkins. No, sorry, not mushrooms. For melon and pumpkins, I was thinking of scattering those around the outside of all three of the premises because I feel like, one, that'll add a nice aesthetic, and two, it will save me wasting space on the inside. Alright, so it's a new day. I've been spending so long on this build. This has probably been the most time, like, this has already been more time than my modern stables, which is insane, because the modern stables took me ages, but no, this is taking even longer. It's less buildings, but it's bigger, and it's more detailed, because with Moltron Fodden, yes. Clearly I can speak today, but yes. We're just making some progress. Okay, so the first roof is done, and now I am going to design I'm going to have an attic up there, essentially, but I'm not going to just have it as an empty space. I want to actually do something with it. Now, obviously, I'm going to build more than one of these buildings, and I've already set the foundation for some of the other buildings, so I want each attic or loft or whatever you want to call it to be different and have a different purpose, so I've got some thinking to do here, but damn, this is going to take a long time. Okay, so what I've done here, which I think is kind of clever, is I've gone ahead and used some of the mini sponges that I have, because currently they're just sitting in a chest, and I think rather than just have them sit there, I mean, I've got plenty, so it should be okay to do this, and it's only going to be for this one attic here, but what I've gone ahead and done is placed a bunch of mushrooms down, a bunch of wet sponges, and then above those wet sponges added a half-block water source. Now, my idea was like that essentially wet sponges drip, so you're going to have them dripping effects anyway, but with the water source above it, I think we'll end up with extra drips, and mushrooms tend to thrive in damp places, which is why I've gone for that look. It still looks neat and tidy in the way that Minecraft needs to be, but I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I'm curious to see what you guys think of that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. Just like that, all the roofs are done. So I still need to work on the interior. The roofs are done though. I need to build the attics for some of them, and I need to add the finite little details. Now, I probably won't build this windmill today. It will probably be, well, not even in this episode for that matter. It will probably be in a future episode, but I have been coming up with a lot of ideas of things that I want to build in this world, so prepare yourselves for a lot of big build projects. Okay, and just like that, I think we are all but done. I have a couple of interiors that I still need to finalize. The outsides are done now. We have the attics to design. I mean, well, we have two attics left to design, because the one with the mushrooms in it and the dripping water, as well as the tables with the flower pots on it and stuff, I'm pretty happy with. I do also like my mixture of woods, because we've got a dark oak frame with a dark plank wood thingy, an acacia floor, as well as a little bit of jungle wood, and that's pretty much it. Oh no, we have a little bit of oak as well. So yeah, we're using like a lot of different woods on this build, but I think it really blends together really nicely. I'm curious to see what you guys think about this. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break from building. Don't worry, it will be finished in this episode, but I've had an idea. There's things I want to progress in, and one of those things is getting and acquiring a beacon. But to do that, I need to defeat the Wither. And to do that, I need 3 Wither skeleton heads, and so far we've not seen any, have we? So, what I've gone ahead and done, or what I'm going to go ahead and do, is turn off my shaders pack. I think for some reason, it's conflicting with the light levels. I'm not really too sure how true that statement might be, but I'm curious to see if it helps at all. So I'm going to wander around the nether with no shaders on and see if we can find any wither skeletons. Guys, we got one! We got one! We got... I thought it with the shaders off. I've just turned it on so I can show you this clip now. And if we look down on the floor, the wither skeleton head. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, so I have seen about, what, 3 to 4 wither skeletons? Which is really lucky to have gotten head already, but I'm really excited about this. Okay, so I've probably not shown you much more of the nether. We're still here now, but I've actually acquired 2 heads, and I think my looting sword is helping a lot with that. So, yeah, we've got 2 of them. I'm probably going to grab the 3rd one off camera because... well, I'll be too tempted to do the thing today, so I'm going to head back home, carry on building, and then we'll come back here off camera in the future, and I think you can guess what we're going to be doing in the next episode. Okay, so I'm just doing some finishing touches now. I'm adding some outside landscaping, because obviously I said when I was building my stables that a lot of it is really flat, and I intentionally left the stables as a flat area because it would be a flat area, but I wanted to make this a little bit more hilly, a little bit more overgrown, and maybe a little bit more broken. So I might replace some of the planks that I've placed to like half slabs or stairs even, just to give it that broken look. I'm not really too sure because I don't really want holes in it, so I might have to do it on its side. That way you can see indentations to add a bit of depth, but it doesn't actually leave the interior exposed. Alright, and with foliage added and the water all good and dandy, I mean, I think it's all good and dandy. I think all the farm plots are hydrated. They might be. I have looked around, but I might have missed one. Who knows? But I've done my best, and that's what counts. I have done my best indeed. Hopefully it doesn't look too chunky with the water and stuff here. I've tried to get as best as I could with it. But yeah, I think it looks good so far. We're doing pretty well. I mean, the last building sort of helps because we don't really need that much water there, because quite a lot of it is just going to be for the cocoa beans. So that's always fortunate. And I think on that note, I am going to leave that video here. Damn, it's been a long one. This has taken me weeks to record. I've got like 7 to 8 hours of footage to go through now. Oh my god. This is gonna be crazy. Now, obviously, a lot of it's gonna be cut down for you guys, but I've been grinding. I've been, you know, getting a lot of stuff ready for the next stuff. Yeah, good one, me. So, as you already know, we have acquired 2 wither skeleton heads, so I essentially only need 1 more of those, and we can go and do in the next episode, which will be pretty darn cool if you ask me. So I'm going to prepare for that. I'm going to probably add a couple more details to the buildings I've just built here and there, but I'm pretty happy with how they turned out, and I'm pretty happy with how and what I've put in each one. Now, obviously, one of the attics is storage, and one of them's like, well, I guess they're both kind of storage. Kind of, in a way, maybe. They're both different types of storage, if you will. So, one's going to be, like, for tools and so on, and one's going to be for, like, seeds and leftover food and maybe poisonous potatoes, because we're bound to get a couple of those, but we finally got our crop farms done. Yay! It took so long! I'm very happy with how they look. Now, they are purposefully chunky. They are big buildings, which is why I wasn't that worried when I added the extra layer of log on top, separated by the fence, because I think that just adds a nice little detail, and I'm curious to see what you guys think. Let me know if you guys like the style of the building. If you don't, you just don't, but hey-ho. I guess that's the way it's gonna be. I do have a lot more ideas of things that I want to do in this world, but I think first we should probably prepare for the big fight. But for now, like I said, I'm gonna leave that video here. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment on what you think of the video, and I will see you in the next video.